If you're looking for a new pedal but don't want to break the bank, then I've picked out my top 5 picks for the best pedals under £50. Okay, before we jump into the 5 choices, then while you're here, if you want to chuck us a cheeky little like and subscribe so you can catch more content like this in the future. But let's get into these picks then. So first off is the Electro Harmonix LPB1. Now this is a pedal icon. It was first released in 1968, and it was the first boost pedal to utilize silicon transistors. Everything before, like the Dallas Rangemaster, used germanium. And it means it was technically the first proper clean boost. And what it does is it lifts your signal and adds a little bit of hair and dirt. And this is perfect if you've got a solo or a section in a song that you need to give your signal a little bit more oomph. The LPB1 does that. So, for example, as you can hear, it just lifts your volume, colours in a really nice kind of warm, saturated way, and just takes your tone to a new high. Okay, pedal number 2 is the Behringer SF300 Super Fuzz. Now, I'm a massive fuzz head. I've tried all of the classics pretty much, and honestly, it is surprising how this stacks up with the best of them. You've got 3 modes. You've got a boost mode and then 2 separate fuzz modes that all have quite individual and unique voicings, but it's a very Velcro-y, thick fuzz sound that it's quite astonishing that Behringer have managed to capture this in such an affordable package. So that kind of thick Velcro-y fuzz sounds something like this. So it's got that really Velcro-y, ripped speaker-esque fuzz tone that just dominates your sonic landscape. And if you're after a fuzz that is affordably priced, they don't come much better than this. Okay, next up, I wanted something, you might be surprised that there isn't a delay pedal in here, but I went for Tremolo instead. I think it's a really dynamic effect. It's one that can give you instant textural variation and dynamic variation. And the Belcat Tremolo pedal here is an excellent choice that is also very affordably priced. And it just allows you to break up your tone, essentially, give you those volume swells. And this particular example is a very smooth tremolo. It's one that is never grating and just enhances your tone. And that sounds something like this. So for those parts where you feel like you need a pedal to just offer you something different in terms of your tone and texture, Tremolo is a great effect for that, and the Belcat is a fantastic example of how you can get that without breaking the bank. So pick number 4, I can personally vouch for. I bought the Behringer VP1, the vintage phaser, about 7 years ago, and it has been a mainstay on my board since. It offers you a tone switch, so between light and deep, essentially how much it affects your overall mix, and then a simple rate knob. So it's super easy to use, but it offers fantastic modulation, phaser tones that give you instant texture. And the beautiful thing about the Behringer is that it pairs so well with other pedals, particularly fuzz. So I use it, for example, if I'm using fuzz for a whole song and I need something to just dip the mood a little bit and add textural variation, the phaser is perfect for that. So on its own, I like to leave it just below number 1. And then it's a very kind of slow rate that kind of moves and shifts and gives you that kind of dynamic variation that sounds like this. And I mentioned it pairs well with fuzz, so when you add fuzz, it sounds like this. So as you can hear, it just adds that kind of moving, dynamic quality that adds instant texture to your existing tone that I think is superb. My final pick is the TC Electronic Skysurfer Mini Reverb. Now, you might be surprised to see a reverb pedal on this list due to the kind of intensive DSP involved. These are normally 3-figure, and the Skysurfer comes in at a super affordable price point without sacrificing any of the depth of tone that you want a reverb to add. Now, it comes with 3 modes. You've got spring, plate, and hall, all offer slightly different reverberation. And then it's the classic 3-knob reverb tone and mix that let you dial in of those 3 voices exactly what you are looking for. And this is another pedal that just instantly adds a bit of depth to your tone. It fills out a mix. It gives you the kind of trails, and it sounds brilliant and just thickens slightly what's there. So and I've got the mix setting quite low there, but if we switch to the hall setting and start to turn up the mix a little more, take a little bit off the tone, you'll hear just how kind of deep this reverb goes. Maybe some of the other options, you don't get quite the depth and the size of the room that you want a reverb to offer, but you'll hear on this hall setting that this really does offer that. So for comparison. So between those 3 modes, you are left with a world of reverb options that this little device at an affordable price point allows you to tap into. So all of these pedals actually blend well with each other, and that was a critical component in my choices. And what having multiple modulation allows you to do is to get spacey and it really expand your tone. And the beautiful thing about the price point of these is you can do that on a budget. So without spending loads and loads of money, you unlock a kind of an expanse of tonal options. So if I turn the Skysurfer and the Vintage Phaser and the treble on together, it allows me to get a completely different tonal landscape than just the amp can offer me. Something like this. And I think that's what I love about pedals. It opens up your world of creativity. It gives you new sounds to explore, and from that often blooms new ideas. And all 5 of these pedals, because they're so affordably priced, these are tonal toolkits for you to explore and unlock new tones and new levels of creativity. So let me know in the comments which of these 5 is your favorite, or I'm sure I've missed off some choices, so let me know which of the obvious choices that you think I've missed. And if you've enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. I've been Tom for Gear4music. Thank you for watching.